Hello everyone and welcome to Art Battle in Ormond Beach. We are just getting ready for round number 1. We have an absolutely amazing day of live competitive painting planned for you guys. We're going to have 12 artists competing across the event. We will have 2 qualifying rounds of 6 artists each. The top 2 artists from each qualifying round will move forward into a 4-artist final showdown. So these artists will have 20 minutes only on the clock to go from blank canvas to incredible masterpiece right in front of your eyes. So stay tuned. Round number 1 coming up in just a few minutes. We are just about to start round number 1 of Art Battle in Ormond Beach. The artists are just getting ready, setting up their palettes, and getting excited to approach the easels. Round number 1, our first 6 artists starting in just a few minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I have your attention, please? I know, there's so many friends. There's so much conversation to have. It'll keep, I promise. I mean, I dig it. But here's the thing, we're about to do this. Listen, we've got 5 artists, 5, count them, that are about to come to the stage and get ready to paint on the canvas. And one wild card, Gene Millway, we just pulled it. He is 94 years old and he's still kicking ass at the canvas. He's standing right over there. Give it up for Gene Millway. All right, ladies and gentlemen, listen, here's the thing I need to know. Are you ready to welcome these artists? Because I need to hear it from you. 1, 2, 3, let's hear it. Let's go! All right, that was all right. 1, 2, 3, let's go. Yeah, let's do it. All right, here we go. We're talking about Canvas 1. We are about to do this thing. It's Lisa Gale. Hold on, Lisa. Don't you come out for a second. Lisa focuses on bright, pop, and abstract art. She is a huge fan of comics. There she is. Look at that jacket. She is rocking it. Come on out here, girl. You look really dynamite. Thank you. Yes, you are sensational, and we love you. Good luck. Good luck. All right. Canvas number 2, Kirsten.
Give us a little wave, please.
Lahmann. Oh my gosh. Now listen,
Live stream to Toronto.
At Northern Arizona University, where she focused on art and visual communications. Her artwork largely centers around coastal landscapes. And you know why that is? Because the girl is from San Diego originally, and she fell in love with the beach. Is that fair to say? Yes, all right. Let's do it. All right. She's also local to Ormond Beach. You can find her artwork at Art Spotlight Gallery. That is just a few doors down. Yes, Thays, we know where that is. We love that place. And there's Terry House, a winner from a previous art battle. Yes, we got a champion in the house. Thank you, Terry, for showing up. You rock. All right. We're at canvas number 3. We got Jordan Jones. Now this is a dude who has met many celebrities, including 50 Cent, DJ Khaled, all right, but he gives them paintings, and I'm sure they're hanging up in their houses if they know what they're doing. You know what I'm talking about. All right, listen. He also enjoys graphic design, chalk art, and art instruction, and I want you all to give it up, because listen, if you're still talking, I want you to focus. Jordan just had his first child 3 weeks ago, little Eva Lisa. You're gonna do it for her, right? I know you are. All right, good luck to you. Here we go, we're walking around. Oh my God, I'm about to pass Gene Millway, the celebrity of the whole night. You are awesome, sir. 94 years young. Canvas number 4, we're talking about Charles Maxwell. Here he comes. Yes. He was originally from Michigan. This dude likes some psychedelic art. I think you know what that means. All right, whatever. Yeah, okay. He's a big fan of Salvador Dali. His creativity comes mainly from his hobbies and life's interests, including surfing in a big, big way. Is that fair to say? Right on. All right. You'll find many of his paintings are seascapes and beachscapes. Listen, it's his first time. Be gentle with this man. You know what I'm talking about. Welcome, Charles. Congratulations for being here. That's awesome. And listen, seriously, it takes guts to be down here doing this thing in front of all you people. So give it up for these people who are doing it. We love them. And that's no joke. Last, but not least, Sondra Avant. Woo! Sondra, come on out here, Sondra. You're on Easel 5. Sondra is inspired by what makes her happy. So am I. So am I. And she's great. Oh my God. So I was talking to this woman earlier. This is a force of nature right here. This painting, which she does so well, is her hobby. But she's a dentist. Well, she's an endodontist, which means she does root canals and implants. All right, maybe you don't want to see her outside of this event. But here's the deal. She also sings, and she has sung at Carnegie Hall, ladies and gentlemen. She is a real force of nature. She has a dichotomy. I love that. Listen, she likes bright colors, she likes emotions. She learned to draw in dental school in anatomy class. That makes sense. All right, she is thrilled to be accepted as a participant in the art battle. She cannot wait to be part of such an exciting event at one of her favorite venues, 31 Supper Club. Thank you, Kevin Wakefield. You rock it. All right, we're about to do this. Thank you for being here. It's so good. Gene, we told you as a wild card. Is there anything you'd like to say? Besides, that bolo tie is very respectable. I love it. Are you excited? He's excited to be here. We're excited to have you. Thank you so much for participating. I'm being very sincere. This could be the chance of a lifetime, and I love you. I don't even know you, but I love you. All right, here we go. Let's start. Listen, we're gonna count it down. We got 20 minutes. In 5, help me. 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm lying. I'm joking. It's all good. Hold on. Oh, we were ready to go. Artists, get your palettes ready. I jumped the gun on that one. I gave a couple people here a heart attack. I'm so sorry if you urinated in the pants. I did not mean for that to happen. All right. Artists, get your palettes ready. Angel. Are we ready to count them down? You let me know. Okay, they are going to get their palettes ready. It's going to take a little bit. And then we're going to jump right in. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for being so awesome and enthusiastic. We so appreciate it. And so do these guys. Give it up for one time before we kick things off. Let's go. Yes! 1, 2, 3. Woo!
Our artists are just setting their palettes to get ready to begin painting in round number 1 of Ormond Beach. These guys will have 20 minutes on the clock to go from blank canvas to incredible finished piece, and will be vying for your votes. Now is the time to get registered to vote. Go to artbattle.com/AB2410 and you will be able to cast your vote from that link. Round number 1 starting in just a few seconds. We have some really excellent artists coming up in round number 1. And I know that I am just so excited to see what these artists pull off in this super quick time limit. Looks like Jordan Jones here is getting ready with some palette knives. I always love seeing knife painting as well. I feel like you have to be pretty brave and have a good handling to be able to work with palette knives. They always intimidate me just a little bit. Looking ready up at the easel, we have Kirsten Lahmann. Got her reference all ready.
Cameras, and they are here, they're there, they're kind of everywhere. But here's the deal, we are live streaming internationally. You got friends in Spain? They're watching. You got friends over in Asia? They're checking it out. Here's the deal, we are international right now. So let's do this. Let's do this. Let's hype them up. I'm gonna count to 3, and then you get hyped and say, art battle, 1, 2, 3. Art battle! Yes, that's it. All right, now let's count it down. Are you ready, artists? You better be, because here it is. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And round number 1 of Art Battle in Ormond Beach has officially begun. We have 20 minutes on the clock, and right away at easel number 3, Jordan Jones is off to a super bold start with that really, really bright like highlighter yellow chartreuse color, and then has a little bit of a warmer peachy tan color going on, blending into it. And Jordan is working super, super rapidly right now. We can tell that he is absolutely taking the time pressure very seriously, as is Kirsten at easel number 2 here. And Kirsten is working in this green color and looks like she's applying it with a roller, which I always think is such a strong art battle strategy. You get a lot of good even coverage right off the bat. Here we have Lisa Gale also using a roller with a sienna color. Her roller has a little bit more texture, and we can see that texture being left behind on the canvas, giving us kind of this spongy, fuzzy look. And already we can see that Lisa is adding to the sides of her canvas. So Lisa obviously is taking this super seriously. I always say that a great finishing touch is to have the sides of the canvas painted, and Lisa has that going right off the bat. So I would say that Lisa is quite a serious contender here. Back with Kirsten here, and Kirsten is starting to add in some darker components at the top of the canvas, and we can actually start to see a little bit of what looks like kind of a wave pattern going on in the top as well. Here we are with Charles, and Charles has a monochrome start right off the bat with some good directionality. We've got this darker gray coming in from the sides diagonally, and then we have a light source coming from the top corner and just swiping across there. And we can see that he's working with a knife and getting really into some of that texture there. I'm not quite sure what it is yet. But potentially we could be seeing a bird or an aircraft here, maybe. I'm feeling like maybe it could be an owl. I know that I would love to see that. Owls are one of my favorite animals. Over here with Sondra Avant, and we can see that Sondra has started her canvas off with lots and lots of heavy blue paint. We've got this super vibrant ultramarine going on, and it looks like we may have the beginnings of a jellyfish painting, and she's painting into that texture and having that white paint really blending on top of that ultramarine blue there. And she's using the amount of paint that has already initially been laid down on the canvas to drag her brush across and create even more texture. And of course, our celebrity guest of the evening, Jean Milway, who was our wild card artist. Jean is 94, and this is his very first art battle. A wildcard artist is someone who is pulled out of the crowd, who's decided to put their name in the hat for a chance to paint. And we can see that Jean is doing an absolutely fantastic job already. We have a very strong start to a landscape painting here. We can see that Jean's got this gorgeous cerulean blue in the sky, and we have a little bit of a mountainscape going in that kind of burnt umber, and leading into the foreground with some greens and a bit of a wash up front as well. Back to Sondra here. And we can see that Sondra is adding these kind of frilly tendrils coming off of the jellyfish. And again, just really picking up all of that texture. We can see that she's definitely vibing on the event as well. Definitely having a good time, looking very confident here. Back with Charles here, and it looks like our subject matter has been revealed. We have Charles working on a wasp here, And we can see that Charles has actually brought his reference with him. He's printed out what looks like his practice painting. So I always really, really appreciate seeing that from artists. Not only has he brought his reference, but it's a reference that he himself has created. So he has done a practice painting in preparation for the art battle. He's not just bringing a picture off of the internet to use as a reference. He's lived this painting before and is using his own experience to inform his battle strategy. I think that is so smart and so cool. And we're just getting some really great texture here with the way that Charles is using those knives as well. Getting up close and personal with that palette. Getting some shading on the underbelly of the wasp there. Back with Jordan Jones here, and this portrait is looking so strong. So right off the bat, Jordan had started with this super extremely bright chartreuse color, and then added in this kind of peach tone around it. And now we can see that he is painting a portrait on top of it and using black over top of that chartreuse. And because of the cooler nature of that yellow, being that it has a bluer or a green undertone, the way that that black is picking up the chartreuse underneath is giving us this kind of sagey color. And it's really beautiful, and just it's helping to balance the brightness of that yellow. Back with Kirsten here, and Kirsten has started on her frog, and this is a really interesting compositional choice here. She has the frog, I think, sitting on a branch or a reed coming diagonally from the top corner of the canvas, and the frog is almost center in the canvas, and it's just kind of peeking out. I think that is a great opportunity for the eye to move across the canvas, because we have this strength of the reed that the frog is sitting on, and that being the kind of leader for your eye around the canvas. I just think that is such an interesting technique there, and definitely is going to get her points for sure. Checking in with Lisa Gale, and last time we saw Lisa's easel, she had this sienna color covering the entire background, and now we just have this absolute explosion of color, and this piece has just come to life with so much texture. We have a lot of knife painters working in this round, and I gotta say, I'm here for it. I really love all of these textural elements, and Lisa is not afraid of color at all. I love the way that she has created this abstracted cityscape to me. Are you guys seeing this as well? Would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. I'm feeling like I'm seeing some urban elements just because some of the strokes are kind of squared off at the top. But, you know, that could be just the nature of my eye seeking representation in abstraction, because this piece also stands very well as a purely abstracted piece. And now we're having the addition of these archways, which is very interesting as well. I really love the juxtaposition of that beautiful, super vibrant cerulean blue against that yellowy sienna. We are halfway through round number 1 of Art Battle in Ormond Beach. Head over to artbattle.com/AB2410 to register to vote, and you will choose your favorite artist. Voting is now open. The auction, I believe, is now open as well. That's right, you can collect these works as they are being created. You don't need to be in the room to bid and collect. We will ship them to you. The top 2 artists, as voted by the audience, will move forward into a final round and will join the top 2 from our next qualifying round. So as you're voting, think about whose piece visually is the most appealing to you, but also whose performance you are enjoying the best, because you could see them painting again in the final. Back over here with Jean Milway, and Jean's landscape is just coming together in such a beautiful way. He's got this layering technique going on that is representing light in a very radiant way. The way that we can see the light kind of coming into the canyon of the mountains here, and where that green is at its most vibrant and kind of yellowy, to me that's just communicating the sun kind of hitting this valley or basin of green grass. And then Jean is going into the foreground with this more subdued cerulean color, or phthalo green color actually, where he's mixing some of that darker green into a white to get that lighter green, and he's using varying tones of it to establish the trees and just kind of bouncing the brush to represent each tree trunk. And Jean is putting this piece together in a really interesting way as well, in that he's painting it top down. We can see that he's already established the sky, gone into the mountains, and now has some blank canvas to contend with right at the bottom there, which I think is going to end up being water. Over here with Sondra, and Sondra's jellyfish her singular jellyfish has now been joined by 2 more. And this piece also is very much a celebration of texture. We see that she's just continuing to add on by using a very heavy paint application. And the use of paint in this way is communicating the kind of frilly nature of the tentacles of the jellyfish, and just giving us that 3D effect. And the way the tendrils are all kind of intertwining represents a really nice design element as well. Back with Charles and our wasp, and we can now see what the wasp is so interested in. He is looking like he's about to land on top of a flower. And this flower is rendered with just a few swipes of that palette knife. It's been simplified down to the 2 colors of the petals there, and the light and the shadow falling on the petals. And it's such a simplified flower, but it's really elegant in that expression. We're also seeing some swipes of yellow. I'm wondering if that is going to be some petals also kind of flying into the wind. Charles has done a really great job with establishing a sense of movement in this piece. We have a lot of directional brushwork and knife work here that is just suggesting wind and resistance against the body of this wasp. We have 5 minutes, just under 5 minutes remaining in round number 1 of Ormond Beach Art Battle. Jordan killing it with this portrait. The way that he has established the proportions of this face is just, it's spot on. It's so perfect. Every part of the face is exactly where you want it to be. And I'm wondering whether or not the eyes of this figure are closed or not. I can kind of get this sense of serenity as if the eyelids are closed, but he could also add in a pupil and kind of surprise us there. I also think a really cool technique that he's doing is we can see that he's actually scratched out some lines in that black paint. And the scratching away of those has really established this hit of highlight in such a minimal way. I really appreciate the way that Jordan is balancing really bold elements with more subtle additions as well. Back with Kirsten, and Kirsten, her execution here on this frog is just flawless. You can even really get the gesture of the little feet and hands of the frog. You can see that they're sticking to this reed, and that would be very difficult to paint. You know, it's not an overly familiar part in the same way that we're used to seeing hands and feet of humans. So it might not be something that's very intuitive to execute. So she's really done a great job of capturing each element of the body of this frog. We have these super glassy eyes on top of the frog, and just marrying that red of the eyes with the hands and feet of the frog as well. Now we're starting to get some addition of little twigs coming off of this reed, really adding to the composition by reaching outward and just taking up more space. This does feel very cityscape to me with Lisa Gale. I feel like we have a very clearly defined horizon line in the lower center of the canvas, and we've got a lot of action happening up top that seems very urban to me. And then in the bottom, I'm feeling like there's some reflective quality in the way that she's laid down the paint there as well. But I also am really enjoying the kind of breathing space that the flatter areas allow for. So we have a lot of action going on in the center of the canvas, but that's really balanced by areas that are a little bit more subdued. It's kind of allowing the center focus to shine. We have just about 1 minute remaining in the first round of Art Battle Ormond Beach. Go to artbattle.com/AB2410 to cast your vote. The top 2 artists as voted by the audience will be moving forward into the third and final round. So every single vote counts. Often we hear that voting can be just as close as a single vote. So if you're having a hard time choosing, you gotta choose. Because your vote could be the difference that sends an artist to the final round. A very cool addition here from Lisa. I think that we're getting a little bit of glitter action going on. 30 seconds on the clock, and she's having some trouble with the opening of the glitter. We're getting that nice sprinkle moment here. She's just using that metallic element to just set everything off. And of course the glitter is going to stick because all of that paint is super wet still. We are nearing our final moments. Wow, a phenomenal output by Jean Milway here. A stunning landscape that really does so much to capture the light in this valley. I am blown away by this piece. I love it when a wildcard artist really brings it, and Jean has absolutely done that. Sondra creating this gorgeous textural work, exploring the jellyfish and all of the tendrils kind of playing together. And then Charles Maxwell, again, with a very textural piece with this wasp here. And I think the strength of this piece, again, relies on that super directionality. We really are understanding the wind in this piece. And I think that that is something that is so difficult to capture, and Charles has done a great job there. We can see Jordan critiquing and standing back from his portrait. I really love that he kept the eyes closed. I think that it has this sense of serenity as well as this strong, bold energy. A very, very strong portrait. And I think my favorite part is the way that he's just popped the highlights by carving out little pieces of that paint there on the top of the shoulder, into the hair, into the braid, and with those hoops as well. Jordan is definitely going to be a contender for the finals, I think. All of these pieces are also available for silent auction at the same link that is on your screen, artbattle.com/AB2410. That is where you're going to vote, and you can also click to bid and collect these pieces. We will ship them to you. Kirsten with this very careful execution of the frog. I think this is just a very thoughtful approach, and she really allowed the focal point of the frog to shine by keeping the background quite minimalist. And then by contrast, we have a very maximalist piece from Lisa Gale here, especially with the addition of glitter right at the end. So it's definitely going to be a tough choice for our audience here tonight, but voting is now open, and you can cast yours now. Round number 2 will begin in just a few minutes with another 6 artists and another 6 blank canvases on the easels. Stay tuned. We are almost ready to kick off round number 2 of Art Battle in Ormond Beach today. We will have another 6 awesome artists stepping up to the easel. We'll have Montgomery Triz, Jessica Shippee, Rachel Caldwell, Thays Franca, Ryan Houman, and our wildcard artist, Pamela MacArthur, stepping up to the easels in just a few minutes. They will have 20 minutes on the clock to tackle those blank canvases. Stay tuned.
Attention, please. I know you are deeply engaged in these conversations about the meaning of life, and boy, do I love that. Seriously, pick them up on the back end of it, because we are about to enter round 2. Let's get hyped. All right, let's do a little check-in. I love that. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Yeah! We love you. You were great. P.S. All right. Are you ready for round 2? Are you ready for round two, ladies and gentlemen? Because we are ready for round two. And you know what that means? That means I'm about to introduce some amazingly successful artists. First and foremost, Jessica Shippee. Jessica is whimsical in color and choice, but more accurate in form. She's thrilled to participate, and we're so thrilled to have her. Here's the thing. She's influenced by Art Nouveau. She loves to paint animals. Look at those tattoos. They are rad. And she is from Jacksonville, and she's participated in 2 art battles, and she's made it to the final round in both of those competitions. Oh, she's a force. Don't let her fool you. She is a force. And she says nothing beats the excitement and inspiration of slinging paint at 100 miles per hour. Can't wait to see what everyone creates. I've made some great artist friends and love seeing all the creations. Jessica, so much. Thank you for being here. You're awesome. Let's see if you make it to that 3rd final round, girl. Look at this. Easel 2, Rachel Caldwell. Rachel, come on out. Woo, yes, yes. Love that dress. Get up here. Love that dress. All right, here we go. Rachel paints in oils and acrylics and likes to create something different than others. Listen, you've already created something different than others just by being here. It's so good to see you. She says she is inspired by the people she loves. That's a beautiful sentiment. And her subjects for her paintings come to her in her dreams. Girl, I love that. All right. Thank you for being here. She says to support the artists and their dreams. Rachel Caldwell on easel 2. Thank you, Rachel. Okay, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to introduce a Brazilian artist. Oh my goodness, I can't even hear myself talk. Thays Franca, she is a local. She has co-founded Spotlight Art Gallery. She is amazing. She has been creating since she was 3. Look at the little lady with the, oh, we are involved in the whole family. It is her dream to one day compete in art battle in her home country of Brazil. Brazil! We love it. You want to say anything to the people back home?
Vote pra mim, vote pra mim, vote pra mim.
Yes. All right. Listen, she has so much on here, and we love her. Her name's a bit tricky, but it's pronounced Thays. And she is from Brazil. She has a gallery. She's been here for a long time. She loves to sing and dance while she's painting. And she says, listen, if anybody's feeling it, you join right in. You know. All right. Thank you for being on easel 3, Thays. So good to see you, dear. All right. We're going to move right over here to easel 4. You know how we do. Thank you, guys. All right. We are on easel 4. I think what that means is that we are ready. We are waiting. There he is, my man, without the yellow shades, but he was looking pretty rad early. Ryan Houman. Yes. Good to see you, Ryan. Good to see you, brother. Yes. Now, Ryan is from Warwick, New York. If you are into skateboarding in this area, you're probably familiar with this face, these scars, this man. He considers himself the new age Bob Ross. I can see it. I can see it. I don't know how. Those white fluffy clouds are gonna come. He used to draw, he used to do graffiti a lot back in high school, but he has channeled that into some really good, solid canvas art. Way to take it to the limit, Ryan. We're so glad to have you, Ryan Houman. Thank you, brother. We're taking it to easel number 5, Montgomery Triz. Yeah. Now, I'm going to tell you a little something about Montgomery Triz. I'm going to tell you a little something about Montgomery Triz. Now, I go out to Crescent City a little bit with my lady. This guy has, would you call it a commune? What is it? An artist retreat. An artist retreat out there. Now he is a man who is fostering other artists. And we love that. And thank you so much for doing that. It's so important. It's so important. Montgomery focuses on realist impressionism, and he is in search of interpreting the human experience in this world. That sounds brilliant. I kind of love that. I want to give you a hug, but I've got to be objective. Listen, what Montgomery has to say to you all is exercise your imagination. Thank you, brother. Thank you. That is awesome. He is on easel number 5. And you know what? We got a wild card. And when we say a wild card, I mean a real wild card. This lady right here. We love you, Pam. We love you for doing this. Pamela MacArthur, come on down. Now, you know, I didn't even talk to Pamela, but I'll tell you this. Pamela went to high school at Mainland. Now she's wearing a Dolly Museum t-shirt. We love Pam. She's got rad hair, and she works at the lighting place just over the bridge. I don't even know what it's called.
Lighting.
What is it?
Elements of Design and Cake
Elements.
Lighting.
Thank you, Pam. She is, listen, and again, I really want to emphasize this. How rad are these people who just step up here? You don't have to be 94 years old, but they come into it. You gotta be, those knees gotta be knocking, girl. Those knees gotta be, she says she's about to throw up. Listen, make her feel welcome, people. Give Pamela a big welcome. I'm gonna give you a hug. I want you to do so well. We're looking forward to seeing what you got. All right, listen, artist, you got a few minutes to get those pallets going, and then we're going to come back and count it down. All right? Ladies and gentlemen, stand by.
Our artists are just setting their easels and getting ready for round number 2. Getting all of their paint set up, pre-mixing some of their colors. We can see some gorgeous big gobs of paint there, and I am so stoked. Quite a few of these artists have painted in Art Battle before, and I've seen them work, and so I'm familiar with their style, and absolutely can't wait to see what they bring to the easel this time. Round number 2 starting in just a few minutes. We are just about to start round number 2 of Art Battle in Ormond Beach. Our artists are just setting their palettes with some fresh paint. Round number 2 starting in just a few moments.
That you give me a little bit more hype. And when I say 1, 2, 3, here we go. 1, 2, 3, let's hear it! Are you ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's get painted!
Round number 2 of Art Battle in Ormond Beach has just begun, and we are starting off our foray into this round with Thays Franca, who has painted in Art Battle quite a few times before and is often a frequent finalist. So really looking forward to seeing what Thays brings to the canvas tonight. We can see that she is starting off with some sketch work. The graphite is so light that we're not quite able to see what she's sketching yet, but I kind of like that. I like that we're getting a little bit of mystery. Maybe starting to see some geometric shapes. And heading into paint right away. So she got her initial sketch done in literally 1 minute before going into paint. So really great job, Thays. Very rapid time management already. And here we are with Rachel Caldwell. And Rachel has painted a few times in Art Battle as well and is also a frequent finalist. Rachel is someone who I really, really enjoy watching create because she has all of these super surprising elements within her work. She likes to imbue her pieces with a sense of surrealty, and there's just something that's really, really special about them. She also works really clean, which is something that I tend to appreciate. And here we are with Jessica Shippee, and Jessica describes her work as being very impressionist, and we are definitely seeing that right off the bat here. We've got these super painterly strokes coming through, just starting to form this face. And she's really establishing her proportions here, but being super, super loose with it, and just really celebrating that kind of mark-making technique and allowing one brushstroke to lead into the other. Working super fast, applying some more neutral colors right now. We have this very strong start of this dark, dark blue. And now we can see that she's blending a lot of her marks on the canvas at once. I bet that Jessica is someone who paints with oil in studio. Just from the way that she's painting, she's doing a lot of blending on the canvas, and that is something that is fairly typical of oil painters. And the way that she's painting, she's getting these colors just looking so buttery and blending together just really beautifully. For those just joining us on the stream, these artists have 20 minutes total to go from blank canvas to incredible masterpiece right in front of your eyes, and you will vote for your favorite artist at artbattle.com/AB2410. Also, all of the works created tonight are available for silent auction. You can bid and collect at home. We will ship them to you. Here we are with Pamela MacArthur, and Pamela is our wildcard artist, which means that Pamela signed up at the door for the chance to be chosen at random to go up to the easel. And it always takes a really brave soul to do that, I think. And so Pamela had no idea that she was going to be painting here tonight, and here she is braving it up at the easel. We can see that she's got her background color established, staying quite neutral, and she's also got what is looking like a tree is going to be the focal point of her piece at this point. Working into this monochrome right now. Getting a little bit of that color blending on the canvas as well. Here we are with Montgomery Triz, and this piece is coming together beautifully already. Just to point out that this is literally a less than 5-minute painting from Montgomery already. Really stunning work so far. We have a very dark sky, an established horizon line. We've got some palm trees going on, and we've got a very, very light foreground. So interested to see how this develops. Right now I'm kind of getting the sensation that the sky is maybe a little bit stormy over top of a sunrise or a sunset. I'm just loving the way that he's created just the impression of these palm trees. Has used just enough kind of minimal brush strokes to help us understand what it is, but without overpainting it. And we also have that beautiful contrast of the blue of those palm trees, the bluey green against that yellow. So he's really segmented this piece in such an interesting way. Moving over to Ryan Houman, also an experienced art battle artist and frequent finalist, so we really have some heavy hitters in this round. Ryan is very well known for creating these very atmospheric, immersive landscapes, and that often are featuring a super saturated color palette. So I can definitely see that that is what we're getting right now. We have this very saturated red moving into yellow and then being contrasted by the blue on the ground. Really enjoying how these artists are just having so much fun with color and really just breaking the rules of the reality of everyday color. They're just really turning it on its head and giving us all of this wonderful saturation and interesting unconventional color choices. Ryan already getting into this very careful line work with his tree, establishing that as the focal point of the piece. And the gradients that he's achieved between all of these colors are just stunning. I would love to look at his brushes. He must have to keep them so clean to not muddy up any of these colors. But Ryan is such a pro. He's using a smaller brush, but one that has a longer tip. So he's loading up the paint onto the brush, but because the tip is long, it's allowing him to kind of drag it and create these segmented lines here. Definitely taking a steady hand to establish this piece, and potentially just having a little bit of challenge working on that wet on wet. Back with Thays here, and we can see that yes, we are getting a city scene here. Looks like maybe a village in the mountains, and this is some really cool perspective work here as well, because we have the corner of the houses facing us, and the way that this perspective is reading to me is that we're at the bottom of a valley that's filled with houses and that we're looking up. Really, really interesting there. We are approaching our halfway mark in Art Battle. These artists have 11 minutes remaining on the clock. Go to artbattle.com/AB2410 to cast your vote. Voting is now open. The top 2 artists from our first qualifying round and from this round will move forward into a 4-artist final showdown. The light source in this piece, coming from behind those mountains, is really cool too. Really enjoying how stylized this piece is. Over with Rachel Caldwell now. And Rachel has got this gorgeous cobalt, this lightened kind of cyan cobalt color going down. Keeping this color very opaque, which is deceptively difficult actually to get a really clean color field like this that has a lot of good opacity, especially in an environment where you can't necessarily continue to layer the color on top of each other. And then we have this small focus in the center of looking like a male figure, potentially with a gun coming out of a moon. Rachel always likes to keep us on our toes with these kind of surrealist narratives. So looking forward to seeing how Rachel continues to treat the rest of that canvas. Some fantastic work from Jessica Shippee. Again, with all of these unconventional colors. This is definitely reading a little bit Fauvist to me. Fauvist being a movement of artists who worked a lot. It was mostly focused in portraiture that was celebrating breaking all of the rules of color and placing color in different areas of the face within a portrait that was very unconventional to kind of create tension. And we're definitely getting that sense of tension here with Jessica in this portrait. And we can see that she is adding in lots of great points of contrast as well. We have this white going in to lend itself to the highlight and really helping us to understand the way that the light is falling on the cheek, but still staying very loose, very impressionistic. We're getting the contrast of the hollows of the eyes being communicated with this darker color as well. And the play of warm and cool here is really nice as well. And definitely getting some really sumptuous texture there as Jessica super loads up her brush and just creates all of these very painterly strokes. Back with our wild card, Pamela MacArthur. And Pamela has decided to put a hanging heart off of the tree. So getting quite moody with it here, but also getting that pop of color that this piece I think was looking for. Getting some really clean line work here done as well, which can be quite difficult working in this timed setting because you have to combat the moisture that's already present in the paint. Usually when artists are working in their studios, they have the opportunity to let each layer dry and then work over top of that. Because we're working in this rapid setting, we don't have that opportunity to get that paint to dry to layer on top of, so that's an additional challenge for these artists. Getting in those little hits of line work on the rope on the heart. I feel like this piece is interesting too because it's kind of mirroring the color choices that Pamela has made in her personal style. So we have that the black and white and that pink pop in her hair. In this case, art imitates life. So stunning the way that Montgomery's piece is coming together. We're now having figures within this kind of swampish area walking through the water. I don't think I've ever seen a painting quite like this at Art Battle. I really enjoy the way that Montgomery is setting the scene. Especially with the addition of these strokes of yellow to kind of add depth within the water. And we can see that he's super, super carefully just giving us the suggestion of the face. And bracing his pinky onto the canvas to get that steadiness in his hand to add in these details, a great artist trick. Back with Ryan Houman, and we're really getting some singing highlights coming off of this tree. The way that he's added in this white has just absolutely set everything off. We even now have the establishment of the shadow of the tree being cast to the side. Something that I always really appreciate about the way that Ryan paints is I feel like he builds his piece and establishes all of these different elements and then layers them on top. I feel like he just manages his time so well at Art Battle. He never has a piece that looks unfinished. He never has a piece that looks overpainted. It's all just coming together, and Ryan really specializes in that. And even now, just getting this tiny little hit of snow on the top of the fence. I'm wondering how this piece is going to ring with our Floridian crew here who are not necessarily used to seeing snow in their environment. Is this piece going to be something that's relatable for them? Back over to Thays in our final 4 minutes. And this piece has come together so wonderfully. We have kind of this blending of styles. We have the graphic element of all of these houses and the different ability to express perspective that Thays has established here. For me, again, it's that sensation of looking up into all of these houses and feeling like you're at the bottom of a hill gazing up at this environment that makes this piece so immersive, and I think really places the viewer within the scene. And we also have that very majestic light source coming from behind the hill. We would love to hear your thoughts on the stream of which artists you are enjoying watching them create. Who are you going to vote for? Because the time has come. Voting is now open at artbattle.com/AB2410. You can vote for one artist, but the top 2 artists as voted by the audience will move forward into the final round, joining the top 2 artists from round number 1. Oh, this fun element too of the clothesline being added. That's such a fun addition in the final moments. And back with Rachel here, and Rachel has really created so much more since we saw her piece last. Last time we checked in, we had this color field, this very opaque color field going on with just our moon and our figure, but now we have waves and the reflection on water, and that this character exists within an eye. So very surrealist, and very graphic and illustrative the way that this piece has been expressed. And of course we just saw that amazingly satisfying tape pull where Rachel had thought about this piece so carefully to create that moment for us, and it really brings almost kind of a meta quality to this piece, that it's like a painting within a painting. It's already framed, and now we can see that she's adding some text elements in as well. I love you too. Very interesting addition here, almost looking like a tarot card. Back with Jessica Shippee, and the way that this piece came together is just so stunning. We have all of these very impressionistic elements that just are colliding together to create this portrait. We have so much depth and eye connection here from this figure as well, and such careful and thoughtful placement of all of these brush strokes. Heading into our final 30 seconds here. Just getting those final little pops of contrast from Jessica here. This is such a satisfying piece. Wow, what a great night of live painting. These artists have really shown up and just gone fully into it, creating some really absolutely amazing works. We see a lot of 20-minute pieces at Art Battle, but there's something special going on in Ormond Beach tonight, because these pieces are awesome. Getting into our final moments. Our wild card, Pamela MacArthur, and her very cleanly executed piece. Some very crisp work here. I think we are just about to get into our countdown here.
All right, here we are, Jessica Shippee. Woo! Now, girl, I can see why you made it to the finals 2 times in a row. And J-Bell, look at what she's got going on here. I mean, it's a period piece. It's absolutely, I have no idea what's going on. I love every inch of it. Damn, you are good. You are good at what you do. Now look at, oh, hello. Hello, the moon. I love you too. Look at this. And, oh, I love you to the moon and back. Oh, wow. It's a hidden message, but you know what? It's not hidden for long. I get it. That is brilliant. And it matches your dress. I love that too. Yes, you are rocking it. Oh, here we roll up to Thays. Oh, shit. Oh, wow. She brought half of Brazil with her. I love that. Look at this little lady. Pretty in pink. Yes, hug her. Hug her. Yeah. Well, listen, you are rocking it. Oh, that is Sao Paulo. Wow. I just got the favelas. That's so brilliant. Wow. Okay. Keep on rocking it. Girl, you got about 2 minutes. Keep on going. We're going to work our way around to easel number 4, Ryan Houman. My man, look at this. Oh, shit. I feel like it's a dusty day in the West. Clint Eastwood just rolled up. He wants his horse back. Damn, that's badass. I mean, seriously, that is some badass shit. Thank you for doing it.
Yes, for sure.
Like, I saw you doing this earlier in the background, and I was like, that is going to be impressive, and it is. You're killing it, bro.
Thank you, man.
You're killing it.
Thank you.
Damn.
I appreciate
Good job, Ryan Houman. Excuse me, I'm going to move over here. Woo! Montgomery. Now listen, are you sure he only got 20 minutes? I feel like he got 2 days on this. This feels like a 2-day painting. If you did this in 20 minutes, I call cheating. It looks great. I mean, seriously, this is amazing. This is amazing.
Great job, girl.
This is amazing. This is a painting that he did in 20 minutes that for anybody else under normal circumstances would take 48 hours plus, I'm gonna say. Man, you do amazing work, Montgomery. Thank you so much for being a part of this. Seriously, thank you so much for being a part of this. We are rolling on. Where is my girl Pam? You better get over here, Pam. Oh, let me guess. Let me guess. This is saying something to me. I don't know what it's saying to me, but this feels like my high school girlfriend might have painted this. She killed me. Now, what is this all about? Is this a heartbreak, or is this are you liberating your heart?
What you doing over there?
Talk to me. I think it looks great. Girl, we gonna do this thing. I'm so glad you're a part of this. I love you. Give me a hug. All right, we got about.
Excuse me, guys.
About a minute. We're gonna count it down. Hold on. We're gonna break away, but we're gonna count it down.
Oh my gosh, it matches the flower color. So hold on, let me get the flowers. Nice. And back, let me see.
Hey guys, we're gonna do that thing that we do, where we get real high. 1, 2, 3, let's do it! Woo! Yes, these artists all deserve it. They are here to show their talent for you, for me, for everybody else. Are you ready? We're gonna count it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Brushes down, artists. Thank you so much for being rad. You're awesome. We love you. Now let's hang up those brushes. Let's hear it for these artists. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we're gonna come right back to you. Woo. Artists, inhale. I know you haven't had a breath in a while. Thank you so much for being a part of this.
What an absolutely incredible offering from these artists for our second round of Art Battle in Ormond Beach. Everybody really, really brought it. There is something special going on at the easels in Ormond Beach tonight. We had an epic first round and, might I say, an even more spectacular second round. So it's going to be really difficult, I'm sure, for the audience to choose which artists they want to move forward to the final, but you gotta do it. Go to artbattle.com/AB2410 to cast your vote. You will choose your top artist in each round, and the top 2 artists as voted by the audience will move forward into a 4-artist final showdown. So we are collecting the votes, they are starting to roll in, and we will be back very shortly with our artist announcement of who has made it to the finals. So make sure that you head over to that link that's on the screen, and you can also participate in the auction. You don't need to be in the room to collect these paintings. We will ship them to you. So bid early and bid often, and make sure that you support these awesome artists. We would love to hear in the comments on YouTube whose pieces you're loving, which part of their performance you thought was the best. Yeah, chat with us. Back with our artist announcement in just a few minutes.
is phenomenal.
I know.
Way to go, girl. The placement is perfect. That's pretty cool.
So much. Thank you.
Good placement. Good placement. Well done.
We got 4 artists who are going to compete in there. I know their names. You don't know their names. Whatever. I'm going to tell you who they are when I get in there. Are you guys ready? Woo! Let's hear it. Let's do the final round. All right. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. I will see you on the inside. Terry. Yes.
Sorry, Patrick, baby.
Don't let the crutch fool you. She's a killer. Oh my. I feel like, what is it, a Price Westinghouse? Like, you hand the envelope, I'm like, ooh, I have the names. I have the names. I have the names. Wow, okay. Ooh, I love where this is going. I'm excited, Angel, are you? Okay, here we go. So from round 1 and 2, and listen, I want to thank every artist who came out. You killed it, you kicked ass. You gave a lot of people a lot of pleasure tonight. Yes, girl, throw those hands up. Thank you so much for that. That is badass. Wow, I mean, man, I gotta tell you, my heart is breaking for somebody because I wanted you to go. You're all so good. Here's the deal. This is what happened. The first artist who went through tonight, I want you to come up right here. Jordan Jones. Yes, Jordan. Right on, my man. Way to go, brother. Way to go. I'm happy for you. Second artist to go through. All right. I've been talking to this dude all night. Charles Maxwell, get on up here. This dude. Yes, brother. Yes. Congratulations, Charles. Congratulations. Yes, give those hands. Now that's wow. This is interesting right here. Wow. I'm kind of digging it. Hey, Montgomery Triz, get your ass up here, sir. Woo! Yes, Montgomery. Congratulations to you. And finally, let us not forget, Thays Franca. You better get up here, girl. What you got, Thays? Woo! You done well. Yes. 3 men and a little lady. All right, that is our lineup for the finals. We're gonna kick it off as all y'all. And seriously, my goodness, there were so many good. Jacksonville, you represented. I loved it. And all you guys, I mean, you had so many good paintings tonight. That's a heartbreaker. I mean, legit, seriously. But congratulations. Thank you so much for coming and showing your talent to everybody. And congratulations to the Final Four. We're going to see it go down. Thank you. Enjoy. Get some drinks, get some food.
Our winners from the qualifying rounds of tonight's event in Ormond Beach have been announced. Moving forward from round number 1, we have Jordan Jones and Charles Maxwell. And moving forward from round number 2, we have Thays Franca and Montgomery Triz. These artists will be stepping up to the easels again for the final round in just a few minutes with a fresh canvas and another 20 minutes on the clock. So stay tuned. Round number 3, our final round of the night, coming up in just a few minutes.
announce the final four. Woo!
Dude,
There's
so
some
adorable.
surprises.
Oh my god.
I gotta be honest with you, I love every one of these guys. And thank you. We got Jordan Jones, we got Charles Maxwell, we got Thays Franca, and we have Montgomery Triz. Now we're gonna bring them out in just a second, so don't worry about that. But we just want to let you know, Jordan Jones, Charles Maxwell, Thays Franca, Montgomery Triz. Woo! That's our final four for the night, and we're gonna bring it down. We're gonna do it. We're gonna bring it down to a champion tonight. So don't you go anywhere. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, Charles. Way to go, brother. I'm happy for you. Here it is. Easel number 3. You know her. You love her. Thays Franca. Yeah. We're rocking easel number 4 here. Listen, I'm missing somebody by the name of Montgomery Triz. Where are you, Montgomery? You coming out? There he is. Oh, I see it. Right over here, my man. Yes, get ready to paint. All right, we're gonna count it down in just a little bit. Good to see you, brother.
Give them 5 minutes.
kick ass with this place. And thank you for your staff. They're doing an amazing job making these cocktails. Oh, as well as the drinks. And there she is, Tori Jones. Listen, you can't hide from me. Listen, I want to thank our sponsor from Kirsten Lahmann. Thank you, Tori. Say hello.
Hello.
Thank you so much, Tori. You're awesome. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you for the whole crew at Frame of Mind. You guys are amazing.
Thank you, Greg.
Well, thank you, Tori. That's so cool.
I'm in your voice.
Well, you are amazing. Remember Ryan, what he said the other weekend? Oh my gosh. That was...
Best velvety voice ever.
You're awesome. We love you. We love Frame of Mind. They do. It's not just a custom framing center. It's an art gallery. So thank you for showcasing local artists, because you're amazing. And I also lastly want to thank, before we kick this thing off, Angel Loudon, the studio by artist Angel Loudon. You having a good time? Awesome. Thank you so much. You rock. It's the studio by artist Angel Loudon. Go in there, check it out. They're awesome. Also, Teresa and Josh Lieberman at Imagine Art, Ormond/Daytona Beach. They kick ass for all your marketing needs. Seriously, Josh is a video genius. He's around here somewhere. There he is right here. Here. Here's Josh. Here's Josh Lieberman. He's doing his thing. Yes. Also, Teresa is somewhere doing some organizational thing that requires 4 people. She's one person. It doesn't make sense, but it works for her. And also, I just wanted to say thank you again to all the artists. You're amazing. We're about to get this thing off. The final championship round in about a minute. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Stand by. And thank you for being here on a school night. You rock. It's all about love. It's creativity, it's competition. Where do you find that? You know? All right. We're about to kick it off. Are you know what I'm about to say. Ready? Yes. Montgomery, George, Charles, Thais. Ladies first, Thais, are you ready? 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 Yes! All right. Help me count it down, ladies and gentlemen. Wait, before we do, let's hear it. 1, 2, 3. Woo! Let's hear it for these artists. Yes. Thank you. All right, here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get those paints to the canvas.
We have officially kicked off our third and final round of Art Battle in Ormond Beach tonight. And our 4 absolutely epic artists who are in the final round are Jordan Jones, Charles Maxwell, Thays Franca, and Montgomery Triz. And right now we're checking out Jordan Jones and seeing how he is beginning his final round piece. We can see actually that he has a reference prepared. So he came with 2 references and obviously was very confident about getting into the final. Love that. So looks like we're getting a similar start to the way that Jordan began his first round qualifying piece, with this kind of blending of colors coming together. And I absolutely can't wait to see how Jordan's piece evolves. I'm actually wondering if right now he's painting it upside down, because the shape of the portrait that he's got in his reference there has the head, the curvature of the head. I wonder if that's what the gold is going to be, or if this is how he's establishing the background. Moving over to Montgomery here. And looks like we're going to be getting another landscape from Montgomery. Montgomery's qualifying round piece just absolutely blew me away. It was so interesting that it stood on its own as this really wonderful, beautiful landscape. But then he introduced all of these just super stimulating narrative elements. And we also, I didn't even get a chance to say on stream, but I think that there was also some apocalyptic elements as well. So helping us verge into that surrealist territory too. So epic work, Montgomery. I am expecting some big things out of Montgomery's easel in the final round here tonight too. These artists will have 20 minutes only in the final round to compete for your votes. Only one artist will be crowned the winner of tonight and will move forward into the Florida City or Florida Regional Finals. So we have some high stakes tonight for sure. Looks like Montgomery is introducing maybe a windowsill. That's always something that I really enjoy seeing. It kind of brings the painting into this meta space and just brings the viewer really inward into the piece. Checking out Thays here, and she is changing up her subject matter totally, and looks like we're going for a portrait. We have this very, very saturated orangey yellow going down onto the canvas. I love this color. It's so rich. It has all of the punch of a yellow, but is just toned down that slight little bit with that orangey tinge, and it just gains this rich golden quality. And we can see that Thays has created some proportions here. She's got a little bit of a proportion map for her portrait there. Always a smart move. We can see that she's working within the same color family as her background. We've got kind of this golden brown that she's using for the skin tone right off the bat. And we can see that Thays is dancing too. The vibes from the artists tonight have been phenomenal. Everybody just seems to really be having such a great time. And I think that that is definitely lending itself into the art really well as well, because the quality of work here tonight has been really just phenomenal. Would love to hear in the YouTube comments about which piece you've enjoyed the most so far tonight and who you think is going to win. Hanging out with Charles Maxwell now, and we have a similar approach to his qualifying round piece with this directional approach. We have a lot of these directional brush strokes that we've got that kind of light source coming in from the diagonal corner as well, just swiping angularly through the background. And then we've got some palette knife work in the foreground, and now we can see that he's taking a similar approach, adding some sort of creature potentially into this sky. And again, working with that knife. Very abstracted at the moment, but looking forward to seeing how it develops. I wonder if he's going to go with another insect. That would be cool. Or potentially even making it a little bit more surreal. Wow, lots of great work done by Jordan in our last 5 minutes here. This piece he's only worked on this piece for less than 6 minutes, which is just blowing my mind. And I think the color story here is really cool. We've got this golden sun behind the portrait here, and the color of that sun is shining through into the face. And then we have the way that the red is sweeping around in that background as well, and is also playing into the face. I'm really enjoying the approach that Jordan takes to how he decides to layer his pieces. I think that he really has an intuitive knowledge of how colors work together, and how the paint that he applies as his top layer is going to work in tandem with the paint that's underneath. Getting some really great highlights established there, just simply by leaving that spot blank and allowing those background colors to shine through. Really enjoying that little hit on the nose there, just that little bit of highlight, getting us that curvature of the nostril there. Just, it's so subtle, but it's so smart. And a lot of development here from this piece by Montgomery Triz. This work and the previous work is very much reminding me of Gauguin's Tahitian series, and it's just reminiscent, but at the same time, Montgomery is putting so much of his own self into it. And the addition of this frame is just really doing so much for the work, and just really grounds it and helps to create that color contrast as well, because we have those high points of that yellowy green that's representing the grass in the background, but it's being contrasted by the darkness of this frame. Back with Thays here, and we're getting a very joyful expression on her portrait, and some very stylized features, especially with the way that she's got that eye there. She's got the curvature of the cheek sneaking up underneath the eye, which is how it's expressing this joyful quality, and she's really bringing that sense of smile into the eyes as well. And we're getting the warmth of that flush of the cheek coming in on the side as well. She's using that as a shadow with the darker purples, and then also using it to create that flush with the pink as it's encroaching onto the face. We are halfway through the final round officially now. And the stakes are high, but voting is open. Head to artbattle.com/AB2410 and cast your vote. The top artist as voted by the crowd tonight will move forward into the Florida Regionals, and the winner from the Florida Regionals will be moving forward to the National Championship, which just so happens to be taking place in Daytona Beach on April 1st. So some really, really exciting events coming up in Ormond and Daytona Beach. Loving that little pop of highlight there in the eye. Portrait artists know that that's the way to just really enliven and awaken a portrait, just with that tiny little catch light, that little round highlight that you can put next to the pupil just really sets it all off and creates that level of connection. Over here with Charles, and our creature has been revealed. We now have a blue shark, and the directionality of the background is now making even more sense because it's really giving us that sensation of sunlight penetrating through water. So I think that Charles has done a really fantastic job, once again, of laying down all of the groundwork for these elements that he layers on top. So far, this is definitely the most textural piece that we have in the final round, and I think that that element helps Charles stand out, and I'm sure is something that the crowd will continue to appreciate. And getting those little tiny hits of yellow is just really setting everything off as well. It's a subtle difference, but it just helps to warm everything up and provides that color contrast that just brings everything else really into harmony. And especially getting this addition of the yellow onto the body of the shark, I think is unexpected, but is continuing to highlight how the sun is affecting this creature underneath the water. Just about 8 minutes remaining in this round, and not only can you vote in this round, but you can also bid on all of these works created tonight at that same link that is on your screen. You don't need to be in the room to bid and participate in the auction. We will ship these works to you. Oh, I'm so happy that we're getting to catch this moment with Jordan. I was wondering what tool he was using previously in his qualifying round piece for these lines that he was drawing and into the painting and subtracting the paint, and it looks like he's actually got a blade that he's using to capture these literally sharp lines. Oh, he's using a palette knife. I thought for a second he was using an X-Acto blade potentially, but he's getting this with just a palette knife. Such an interesting use of this tool, definitely veering into that unconventional territory, and that's something that just really reveals the unique style of the artist. And he's just hitting all of these parts perfectly. Not only do we have these elements of the sharper lines, such as the lines that are on the lips right now, but if you look into the form of the cheek and into the chin there as well, we can see that he's scraped away some of that paint with the side of the palette knife as well, so not just using the tip, and he's created that subtle element of shading there by just subtracting some of that paint. Really pleased watching Jordan create this piece. An artist's process is always so mysterious, and one of the joys of Art Battle is getting to have kind of some of these mysteries revealed. We would love to hear on YouTube which artists you think are doing the best in this round and who you will be voting for. Whose piece do you think is visually the best representation, and who have you enjoyed watching create? Whose performance has been impactful for you tonight? Ooh, that line was so good. So careful, such a steady hand. Back with Montgomery here. And his establishment of the figure is just continuing to tighten up, but still remain loose in all of the right areas, exactly where you want it. We're getting just enough suggestion of the face to kind of get the hollows of the eyes, that little bit of shadow underneath the nose, the gesture of the hands, the weight of the legs underneath the figure as she's sitting. There's a lot of really great techniques here, and I feel like there's a good push and pull between looseness and areas that are a little bit tighter. So we have less than 5 minutes remaining in our final round of Art Battle at Ormond Beach, and time is a ticking. So make sure that you head over to that voting link and cast your vote and support these artists. And then of course we have this element of the plant with blowing petals into the wind, which is a cool addition as well, and again creates that unconventional sense of narrative that hadn't previously existed for us within this piece. So Montgomery does a really fantastic job of storytelling within his work, not only in the final result of the piece, but in the way that he layers these elements. He's just adding into that narrative story for the viewer as they're watching the piece being created. And Thays has just done such a joyful portrait here. Very classic imagery with our fruit hat here. I believe that this has to be Carmen Miranda, who was a samba singer and dancer, Broadway actress, film star as well. It's a very, we're getting this really joyful pop culture moment with Thays. And the movement in the way that she's composed this piece is really wonderful as well. We have kind of the weight of the piece happening in the shoulder, and then our eye moves into the neck, and then the face, and then finally into the focal point of the hat that's full of fruit. And it just gives us that really nice kind of curving eye line within the composition, almost like an S. And for whatever reason, that just tends to be very pleasing to the eye. And the pop of that blue kerchief underneath the fruit as well is just working really well with that golden yellow background color. Heading into our final 2 minutes. And let's see how Charles is doing. Wow, Charles has made a lot of progress since we last saw him, and I would definitely call this piece finished. I don't think he needs to do any more. We've got a signature on there already, and Charles has really chosen to embrace even further those textural elements that really set him apart. And the way that the yellows and the blues and the purples now are playing together is really nice. We're just kind of getting them colliding into each other, but we have enough separation that it's not muddy.
Listen, we got about 1 minute left, but I just wanted to hear it. I just wanted you to give it up. Let's do it one more time. 1, 2, 3. Yeah! Woo! Artist, you've got about 1 minute. Oh boy, I lied. You got about 47 seconds to get it done. Oh, I love that. He signed it off. That was the final straw. I love it. Now listen, don't forget to vote, everybody. You better get on those phones and vote for who you love. I mean, seriously, we've got such amazing energy here. I'm gonna count it down. Are y'all? I said y'all. That's right. I did. Are y'all ready? Hold on. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brushes. Woo! what we're gonna do, we're gonna take these canvases inside. But first, everybody, take a look at these beautiful paintings. You know this is the cream of the crop. Oh my gosh, like, that is awesome. That is, ooh, hello Carmen Miranda. Hello Sharp Encounter. Oh my God, let's go to Wakanda. I love all of it.
Seriously,
George
well done.
Jones,
Holy
congratulations. Listen, we're gonna shut it down for now, but we're gonna pick it back up and talk about it in just a few minutes. These artists are loving on each other, as they should. And listen, I want to remind everybody, there's a band playing inside. There are drinks inside. Let's make this the funnest Sunday night you've ever had in your life. Come on.
An absolutely phenomenal final round of Art Battle in Ormond Beach tonight. All 4 of our finalist artists totally brought it and brought something unique to the easel as well. We have Thays Franca with this really joyful Carmen Miranda portrait, just really capturing her spirit so well and in such a wonderful, vibrant execution. And then we have Charles Maxwell with this really wonderful shark painting that incorporates so many different elements of texture and just so much fun with the color play. Excellent sense of movement as well with the sun coming through the water, and you can really get that sensation of the shark floating and swimming through the water. And then Jordan Jones here with this stunningly executed portrait. A profile is also a very difficult painting to pull off in terms of portraiture. The proportions here can be very challenging when you do a face in profile, and Jordan has really hit it out of the park with all of the ways that he's executed this piece. We have great proportions and some really just fantastic stylistic elements as well. And then last but certainly not least, Montgomery Triz with his wonderful narrative piece that just keeps giving more and more every time that you look at it. So it's going to be super hard for you guys to choose which artist should be the winner of this round, but you got to do it. Head over to artbattle.com/AB2410 and cast your vote. You can also participate in the auction at that same link. So take the opportunity to collect these pieces. We will ship them to you. Our winner announcement will be coming in just a few moments as we watch these votes roll in. We often hear from our wonderful voting manager, Gina, that voting is very tight and that every single vote really makes a huge impact. So don't forget to vote and support your favorite artists.
Open highway. Frankie said I did it my way, and I just wanna live while I'm alive. Thank you. First time I've ever tried that one. fine. Well, it's love that I need. Oh, my soul will have to get back.
Please make your way inside. We got an awesome band playing for you. This is my last song of the night. Once again, I'm DJ Jukebox Bully, and we'll see you next time.
Inside, which I'm so glad about, because that's where the action is. We're going to take this party inside.
I'll use this.
Deanna, you ready to go inside the party? Yes, girl. All right, here we go. Montgomery Triz is out here getting some photos. People are wrapping it up with their drinks, but we're ready to take the party inside because that's where it's happening. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for the night. Thank you, DJ Jukebox Bully. You rocked it. per usual. We love you. Thank you, Donna. Mwah.
Yep. Battery all night, now you're full. Yeah, now it's. They should have. So I still want to get the winner. We'll find out if that I assume we're going to walk around for that part.
Hello?
Well done. No, I'm good. Yeah, I took had a good time.
Just like the car.
What did you guys think of the event? Cheers.
Stay with us in the
that one a bit short. But here we go. It's for more important things. We're going to be announcing the winner. Here we go. Let me turn it over to Greg here.
Chris, thank you guys so much. You rocked it. MJ, I mean, what a way to end the night. Come on.
We got more music after.
Oh, they're still going to be kicking it. Don't go anywhere. Now listen, wow. We've got the results. But before I announce the results, before I announce the winner, the fourth person who's moving on to the state championships down in Miami, I also want to say, which is really important, bidding is still happening for these paintings. So continue to bid. Don't think if you bid and you got overbid that you're done, because you can still get that. Now here's what I want to say. And this is the most important part of the evening, I suppose. The winner. Ooh, everybody got quiet. I know that. The winner of Art Battle Ormond Beach, who's going to fill the fourth and final slot to take it down to Miami for the state championships, is Jordan Jones. Congratulations, Jordan. Congratulations, Jordan. There you go, Angel. Right on. Let's get some photos. Let's get some videos. You know, you don't have to stand next to me, but I would love to stand next to you. Here we go.
Actually, if you don't mind.
Yeah, there is. Angel's holding up the winning painting.
Angel? Oh, forget it.
Wow, that was really, it was super tight, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for everybody. Montgomery, Thays, Charles, thank you so much for coming into the final round. That is a heartbreaker. Thank you so much for participating. Thank you so much for all the artists for participating tonight. You guys killed it. I hope everybody here had a good time. Thank you so much for supporting art. Thank you so much for supporting this community. Thank you so much for coming out on a school night. Let's keep it going. And congratulations to Jordan Jones.
A massive congratulations to Jordan Jones, who will be moving forward into the state final. Dates will be announced at artbattle.com/events, and make sure that you sign up for our mailing list as well to get that info. A very, very excellent event in Ormond Beach tonight, and we are so pleased with all of the artists who created. It takes a lot of courage and creativity to step up to the easels, and everyone just did a fantastic job. A really wonderful night of live competitive painting and lots of high quality output as well. Make sure that you follow us on Instagram at Art Battle and check out all of our upcoming events. Big congratulations to Jordan Jones once again, and of course to our whole team on the ground in Ormond Beach. Thanks so much for watching, everyone, and good night.